Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 2 of Lords of the Fallen. And on this episode we're gonna see what waits beyond this ominous looking door. What could it be?
I've found a key. What are you waiting for? Open the door. I could use some help. Here, this might be useful.
So, asking Caslow to support you basically just refills all of your potions, so as though you had tapped a bonfire in the Souls games. And we'll open the door. And here we have the first boss of the game, the aptly named First Warden. But first let's run through some benches, because that's how it's fun. Or pews, I suppose they are. I'm going to go over several of the boss mechanics in the game right now. If you'll notice, his life bar is split into 4 sections at the top of the screen. And each time we break into the next section, he'll basically stun lock us and transition a little bit. In this case, the boss will lose a little bit of his armor and some of his attacks will change. But in other cases, a lot of different things could happen. It doesn't always prevent you from dealing more damage to the boss, but in this case it's pretty difficult, at least with early game weapons, to do anything more than one segment at a time. Another mechanic in this game is that each boss drops a weapon. Like boss in the Souls games would drop their soul, which you would then turn into a weapon. In this game, they just drop a weapon. So you could hazard a guess as to what that would be in the case of the Warden. However, if you kill them a special way, then they'll drop an orange weapon. So ordinarily the weapon they drop is purple, but if it's orange, that means you achieve the special condition. In the case of the First Warden, the condition is to not get hit while you fight him. And that basically entails baiting one specific very slow attack over and over, if you want to do it safely. You can do it more aggressively, but you'd have to get relatively fortunate that he didn't do a specific attack that's almost impossible to avoid if you're right next to him. So I'm not going to worry about it personally, because the weapon he drops is a strength weapon. However, I will show off the special weapon in a different video. And let's see. The shield bash he does no damage. It doesn't actually count as a hit. That doesn't mean we won't get hit. I'm about to get hit? No. He really doesn't like comboing today for some reason. Here's the aforementioned slow attack. And I landed full combo. I broke him right into the next transition. You can see it knocked me back, and now he cowers briefly behind his shield. I'm not sure if you can get much damage in if you manage to run over to him. Usually it starts with a shield bash in the next phase, but there it goes. I don't really need to dodge the shield bash, but why not? You see that this attack now has a big shockwave on it, which is quite dangerous. And since I'm playing the rogue, this boss can very nearly kill me with that attack. Especially now that it's powered up. We got him into the next transition. You see I did a little bit extra damage because I was already in the combo animation, so he couldn't immediately knock me over. So you basically can kill this guy in 4 combos with Rogue. It's much harder to do that with the other classes. However, the other classes are a lot safer. Oh, see, he like barely hit me with the back end of his hilt there, and that if we had gotten the final combo there, it would have transitioned and forced him, so I probably would have gotten the kill, but we're gonna have to make do with our getting hit once. Most likely just once. I'm not entirely sure what the third transition, second transition does. You can see I can do a little bit of damage if I just poke him in the shield if I wanted to, but it's a pretty meager amount. But the next transition will be very obvious. So he's done away with his shield entirely, and now he does this fancy sword dance, which if he hits you once, he will actually stop sword dancing, so he won't just stun like you to death. But he does roughly the same number every time. And I screwed up the timing, so I wasn't able to kill him, so you can see a little bit more. His attacks are a little bit more swinging, so it's harder to get behind him and do that combo that I was doing previously. And I could just run up and attack him now, so he doesn't have a shield. We get him, so. This animation at the end here that you see, the particles flying into Harkin, is something that happens at the end of every boss. I guess the idea is that that's burning off some of the sins that are tattooed on his face, but you never actually see any of that progress. So it's hard to say what exactly is happening. And we get that nice big glowing title. Wouldn't it be nice if that was in Soul Series?
What of those lords was talking about?
We see the weapon is purple because we got hit once. How dare you get hit once fighting a boss? The shame. The character development system here, I'll briefly go over it before I end the video. It's basically, the concept is as long as you chain enemy kills together, you'll keep stacking an experience bonus multiplier all the way up to x2. And in the unpatched version of the game, just tapping the checkpoint did not reset it. So you could just carry that through the whole game as long as you didn't bank the experience or die. So for much of the game, most players would have a very high experience multiplier, so that probably made the game a little bit easier than it was intended to be. But they eventually patched that out. I'll go kill this enemy right here. We see the backstab tutorial, which I guess I haven't gotten one yet, so might as well demonstrate that. But if you see in the lower right, it's x1.24, so that's my multiplier right now, and when I go tap the checkpoint here, it'll reset and say that in the lower right. Experience bonus modifier reset. So if I really wanted to play risky, I could just carry it on all the way to the next boss, and I'd probably have like a 1.7 by the time I got there. Then the next boss would give almost twice as much experience, so it can be to your interest to exploit the very interesting risk-reward system that the game offers. But that's going to do it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the video.